see how she goes. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going over a 2021 limited night edition. I'm super excited to do this truck, but first and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Sandy, Utah for providing us with the truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. And by the way, they still have some TRX allocations available, so if you haven't been able to land one, reach out to this store and just get their pricing on it. But let's get into the video. Now, under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 5.7 liter Hemi V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 17 around town and 22 on the highway because this does have the e-torque setup, and that box right there is what tells you it has e-torque. Now, in terms of power outputs, it's 395 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque, but the e-torque also gives it another 130 pound-feet right off the line. Let's go over the front end on the night edition, and I know this truck is black, so it kind of makes things a little bit difficult, but part of the night edition is you do get the really cool sport hood here on the limited, so you get all of the venting right here. Notice all the logos are blacked out. Now, here's the thing about the night edition is you can get this in any color. I know this one's black, but you could get this on a truck that is in that color, for example, or that color, or that color. Now that's the cool part about the night edition is you can get this like blacked out look but in any color. And then the one thing to note is with the night edition, the grille will be black no matter what color the truck is. So this is a black truck, so it all matches, but if you did like a red truck, the grille is still going to be black. You can see we still have the LED lights here, and you can see just how bright those are. I mean, they're absolutely blinding. Fog lights just down below. You've got all of your parking sensors, tow hooks, all that. Still get the camera there in the center. But yeah, that is everything for the front end on this night edition. Around the side here, we've got 22-inch wheels in the front and in the rear, 285 millimeter for the tire size on those. I mean, you can see they're absolutely massive. Now, the air suspension is in the highest ride height. The Limited comes standard with the air suspension. You can see the canister for it right there. But yeah, you can see here with the highest ride height, the truck definitely has a pretty crazy stance on it. Still get the body painted fender flares right there. All the rest of the logos are going to be blacked out in the truck. But most importantly, here's kind of like your full view. And again, this is in the off-road 2 mode, so this is the highest ride height setting. Now coming here into the bed of the truck, you can see bed liner comes standard with the Limited. And then you can see you've got the LED bed lights in here as well with the rails. And then this one does have the little cargo cover. This is just like the soft one. Pretty easy to use. You can see that you've got the little plugs in there right there, and then these are what you unloosen to basically just fold it back. Again, really easy on the usability on it, but that is the bed for the Limited. Go over the rear of the Limited, so you can see you've got the same lights here. Everything has been blacked out. So if you can imagine on a truck that's a different color, you'll still get the blacked out badging here on the back, but then everything will be the different color. The bumper will actually be body colored on the night package. It will not be black, just so you guys know on that. And then I love how it has kind of like little hip bulge right there. This one does have the little bed step. So basically all you got to do is just kick that out, and then it lets you basically step onto it. Pretty simple, and then you can just kick it back in when you are done with it. But other than that, that is the rear. And if you guys are wondering on towing capacity, just over 11,000 pounds. Coming over here, we've got the little gas cap, which you just push in, and it is capless, pretty straightforward with that. And then here's a look at everything in the rear of the truck from a suspension standpoint, and it says Ram air suspension. Now, you guys will notice here at the cargo light, it is an LED light. That's an option you get for the truck, and then there's a camera on it. You guys will understand why that camera's there in a little bit, but you can see that whole setup right there. Now looking here at the door panel in the rear, you can see that everything is all blacked out and nothing has changed here. You get all the smooth leather, get the embroidery, get the nice wood trim, and coming over to the seat, all of that as well, really nice leather. I mean, just looks really nice. Got the Limited floor mats right here, and underneath got the ice buckets, aka beer coolers. Well, actually they're beer coolers, aka ice buckets, because let's be honest, you're going to use these for beer more than anything else. And picking up the seat right here, you can see you've got some extra storage space underneath the seat, and side steps make getting in really easy. So you can see stepping up here, super easy. And if you guys are wondering, I'm 5'11", I got a good amount of headroom. Legroom is also solid. Couple of cup holders right here, and then you can see I've got a little USB, and then you've got a full power outlet just down below. And this pulls down to be kind of like an armrest center console thingamajigger. Looks pretty cool, and functionality on it's great. And this is the rear. Now looking at the door panel here at the front, you guys can see again all of the nice soft touch, the embroidery with the wood trim, and then again more of the smooth leather. Now this is the most exciting part. memory seats. No, just kidding. This is the most exciting part. So here's this power fold mirror button. Look at the type of mirror this truck has. Yes, you can now get trailer mirrors on a 1500 that power fold. So remember, these are the mirrors that flip up. So yes, you can get these mirrors power folding on a 1500 for 2021. They've finally done it. Thank you, Ram. Bless your heart. Anyways, we've got the seats here at the front, so you can see again, you've got all of the leather, you've got nice perforations through it, the piping all down. Looks really nice. Here's the adjustments on the seats. And then we can see the pedal layout at the bottom. Got the little brake right there. That's the pedal adjustment, your light control, and that's everything before we pop in. Here is a quick look at the steering wheel. So you can see you've got wood trim at the top, and then you got the leather at the bottom of the steering wheel. They haven't changed anything with this. So you can see you still have the cruise control, the adaptive cruise control, and then the gear selector if you want to manually shift the gears. And then over here you've got the voice command controls, and then that's for the center stack. Radio controls on the back of the steering wheel. Then you got your stock for the windshield wipers and the turn signal, and well, it's all the same. Now coming here into the center, you can see you've got RPMs over on the left side. On the right side, you've got the speed, and then there in the very center, there's a couple different bits of information. Again, nothing has really changed too much on this. You can see the vehicle information. Got the little off-road pages on that as well. Again, nothing too crazy. Like, this is all pretty much the same with this little part. So again, nothing to really worry about except this part. Now this is the settings. What's important is you can actually customize the heads-up display. You guys will see that in just a moment, but you can basically change the layout, the height, all that kind of stuff, and decide if it's on or off, and then also the brightness. So you do have the customization on the new heads-up display. Speaking of heads-up display, sorry it's not showing through on the camera very well, but you can imagine a digital thing trying to be shown to a digital thing isn't very good. But anyways, basically you can show where your location is, the speed you're going, and then the speed limit. Pretty simple heads-up display. Visibility on it's good, and other than that, nothing too crazy. It's a normal heads-up display. I've got the gigantic 12-inch display with the truck. You can see at the top, got like the lane departure assistance, your parallel and perpendicular parking assistance, and then climate controls on either side of the 12-inch display. And then here at the bottom, parking sensors, your tow haul mode, stability control, and then that's for the air suspension, your trailer brake controls as well. And then with the rest of this, you can see you can control the climate through the section, and then you can do the split screen with this part of it. And then notice, yes, you can deploy the steps at any time. You've got the backup camera, which they haven't really changed anything with that. You can see that we still get like the zoom function on the backup camera. And then this still has the surround camera as well. So even with the trailer mirrors, you still get the full 360 camera experience on the truck. Again, nothing has changed there. Pretty straightforward. In terms of the rest of the screen, you guys know that this screen's really good. Response time's really good. It's basically like a Tesla screen. Looks cool, functions well, and that's all. Now here is the little dial shifter. Nothing's changed here. You still get all of the driveline selects and then the auto stop start to turn that off if you don't like that function for some reason. Center console here, it says limited on it. You've got the embroidery, and then you can see you can open all of that up at the center console. Still get the little measuring tables. This still slides backwards and forwards. Still got that empty area where they had the CD player before. USBs, have the wireless phone charger and the little power outlet there. And then coming over to the glove box, again, this is all the same, lined with felt. Really nice materials all around the glove box. I mean, just from like a material standpoint, this truck's really solid. Up here we can see that we've got a power sliding window here in the back of the truck. Full panoramic sunroof, and then you've got this for the tailgate drop down. And wait for it. Wha-bam! Yes, there is now a camera. Sorry, it's super bright, but you've got a camera for the rear view mirror. They definitely changed that, which is super nice. That's what the camera was over at the LED cargo light. It's this new rear view camera, similar to what Chevy does, so I like it. Well, thank goodness we've got a window sticker here, so we can see 2021 1500 limited. There's your starting MSRP. Here's the standard equipment. Feel free to freeze the frame if you want to see any of the stuff. Got the optional equipment that this truck has. So the technology group, that's what adds the heads-up display, and then you've got the LED lamp, and then also the rear view with the digital display. And then you can see the night edition, $39.95, and all the stuff that comes with. And then the level 1 equipment group. But there's your total MSRP, $73,245. Let's take this bad boy out and see how it drives. quickly talk about visibility here in the 1500 Limited before we set off. So you can see visibility over the hood, super solid. And then there's your visibility through both of the mirrors. And then you can see visibility all throughout the rear. So again, in general, visibility, really good. As you can see, we are setting off here in the Limited, and hopefully you guys can see the heads-up display. You can for sure see the little camera thing right there. Pretty cool setup though. I really like that they've added just a couple new bits of technology on the truck. I think that it's definitely going to just help this truck stay up with the rest of the competition. But let's first talk about this truck in general. By the way, right now, again, we're in the off-road mode. And the reason we're still in the off-road mode is I kind of want to talk about how this drives in the off-road mode. So like, definitely goes all over the place, and it's not very smooth at all in the off-road mode. Like, it is, it's kind of rough. But you guys will notice it's actually automatically going down now because we've gotten up to a quicker speed. And so it's lowering. It's going to go down into the normal mode, and that is where you're going to drive. Oh, just off-road mode, actually, sorry. And then if we press it again, then we'll go into the normal mode, which this will be the smoothest, and this is where you're going to probably drive it most of the time, is just in this normal mode. And with the Limited, even with the 22s, it's really smooth in this mode. And then in terms of the handling itself in the normal mode, handles just like all of the other trucks. That's the cool thing about the air suspension, right? You can get the higher ride height, but then you can also have the smoother ride and the better handling when you put it into the lower ride height settings. And yeah, you guys can see the steering here works great. And in terms of the rest of the stuff, in terms of the cabin insulation, all that, still solid. I mean, it's still Limited, so it's the best truck on the market right now from like a luxury perspective. And let's actually get our like minor acceleration here. You guys can see the turning radius on it's pretty solid. But with the minor acceleration, gets up and goes pretty decently, but we're going to be getting our full-blown acceleration right here now. Yeah, I love that mirror camera. It helps out so much with seeing people behind you and everything. It's really good. But see how she goes. Yeah, so really solid with the acceleration. And in terms of this feeling different compared to a regular Hemi, off the line, it's still hard to perceive a difference even though it has the extra torque. And then once you're up and going, e-torque doesn't help, so it's just like a regular Hemi. And so comparing this again to a regular 1500 with the regular Hemi, you can't really notice an acceleration difference with the truck. But yeah, it's just so smooth. Like, I love how smooth it is. And that'll get me into summing things up. So yes, $73,000 is a lot of money. I know, like it's a lot of money, but here's the deal. This comes with so many luxury amenities, and you've got all the new tech on this as well. And I mean, compared to like the Ford F-150 Limited, it's in the same price range. Now I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments like, hey, what about the Ram TRX? The Ram TRX starts at $70-something thousand. That's for a base model TRX that won't have as much equipment as this. So like, you are getting a nicer interior than a base model TRX. To get a TRX that has the same equipment this truck has, you're gonna have to pay about 90 grand almost. So this still is a really good deal for what it has. And yeah, I would definitely check out this new Limited Night Edition. It looks cool, and that's all. That is going to sum things up for our video on the 2021 Ram 1500 Limited Night Edition. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Sandy for providing us with the truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. And again, if you're looking to buy a TRX, they have a few allocations. Contact them for pricing. I'll see you guys.